Okay, here we go. Hi, Kathleen. How's it going?
Hi, good, thanks.
Good. My name is Brooklyn Calloway,
I'm Angela and Harrell.
and we own Next Chapter Social. And today we are doing a glow up call with our social club member, Kathleen Hargrove. So we're just going to go over a little quick rundown of what we're going to do on the call, and then we'll let you introduce yourself, and then we'll get right into it. So this is your glow up call form, and it's basically what we're going to go through with your Instagram account today. First thing we're going to do is go through 3 of your social media goals. What are your goals with your account? What do you want to achieve? Then we're going to give you a profile audit and a content audit. The profile audit is going to include things like your bio and your value proposition statement, simple things like your photo and what we could do differently, if anything, your links in your link tree, your call to action, and your highlight categories. Your content, we're going to be looking for consistency in your messaging. Your EIEIO, are you covering all your bases? How are you doing on stories and how are you currently using them? Your link clicks, how many times are you driving traffic to your products and services? And your hashtag game. We're going to talk about what's working. We're going to talk about what isn't working, and we're going to leave you at the end with 3 recommendations. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Okay, great. All right. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and how people can work with you.
So, like I said, or you had introduced me, I'm Kathleen Hargrove. I'm a midlife women's confidence coach, and that means that I help midlife women who have spent a lot of their time focused on their family, their kids, maybe another profession, and they're in a spot now where they want to do something, but just don't have the confidence to make that step. And I help them through self-image, which is everything about yourself. It's the way you dress, it's the way you present yourself, it's the way you speak, it's how organized your surroundings are. And so I have a 12-week program where I help them elevate their self-image through color analysis, body type analysis, personal style, building a core wardrobe, getting their wardrobe organized or their closet organized, working with mindset and organizing other spaces around them. So that's who I help and how I help them. Does that
Yep.
answer everything?
How can people get more information on your 12-step program, or is
My
it 12
husband.
week?
Yes.
Okay.
So either my website is kathleenhargrove.com.
Mhm.
My Instagram is Kathleen Hargrove Coaching, and I am also on Facebook, Kathleen Hargrove Coaching. So any of those ways. DM is perfect.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, I love it. Okay, so one of the things Angela's about to kind of dive into this, we asked you to fill out a form prior to this call so we could do a little bit of a deep dive. And we just take notes on everything that we see, what we would suggest, all that kind of stuff. And one of the foundations of your profile and your content is what you do and who you do it for. Being clear on that your services and what you want to promote. And so, Angeline, you can kind of dive deeper, a little bit deeper into that.
Okay, hearing your value proposition statement was helpful. Um, the way you described it just now, I don't think totally comes across very well on your Instagram. Um, right off the bat, I mean, I've known you for a while, and I've not ever been super clear on exactly what you do. So that was helpful. I think we've got to figure out how to really dial in your Instagram to do that. However, I also wanted, before we get into anything, I want to ask you a question. Is what you're doing currently working? Do you have clients in your 12-week program?
Yes,
Okay.
not as many clients as I would like, but I do
Okay.
have, um, what is it? Proof of,
Social proof?
yes,
Yeah.
because I
Proof
do
of
have
concept.
clients. Yes, proof of concept. That's what I was
Okay.
looking for, because
Gotcha.
I do have clients. So some need is out there, and I do understand. I think I wasn't clear for a long time about what I did, and that,
Fair.
you know, but I'm getting clearer. People will say, here's Kathleen, she's an image consultant, and no, that's not what I do, and that's not what I want to do. So getting clear on what I say is an important part of this for me.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, good. Okay. So you are a self-confidence coach and you help women in midlife. Is it this for their confidence? Is it that you want to help them in it, find a new career, find a new, like what is the end goal? What is the transformation that you want your clients to have? Like here's what I'm getting at. Who are you really speaking to? And why would they give you their time and money? Like what's the transformation?
The number line method, let's talk about that. So we teach this all the time, and we want you to think about these questions on, okay, so what are they're giving me money because they want this outcome. So like when I go to Sprouts, I give the checker money because I want the food to eat, right? Very cut and dry. Your 12-week program, what is the transformation by the end of it? They have confidence, but confidence to do
Or
what?
what? Yes.
So that has been a huge stumbling block for me because I understand that it's coach talk to say you'll be more confident. Like, okay, like, doesn't everyone want that, or what does that mean? And so more than I, I I do want someone to be able to go interview and get a job that she wants, but I'm not a business coach. I see it more as my client is overwhelmed and I'm going to help her become less overwhelmed and more.
Overwhelmed by what?
So I would say by a closet full of clothes that she doesn't know what looks good on her anymore, a house full of stuff that, the kids probably have moved out.
Okay, I have an idea. Overwhelmed with identity crisis.
That's
Maybe they have been a mom for so long, momming real hard, and they're midlife, and they're empty nesters. I've heard you kind of talk about that a little bit. But let's say they were empty nesters, and now who am I?
that is the closest that I've heard. Yes.
Because I
Okay.
feel like what you've just described, you're talking about a confidence coach, and then you're talking about an overwhelmed with clutter coach. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. So they,
Maybe
right?
find yourself again in midlife, something like that. So you help them unpeel the layers of what they've been to get back to who they are, or to discover who they are
Right.
now
Right.
with
I would
all the
say,
life experience.
yeah, I would say discovering who they are now is more in line with,
Okay, but I'm just gonna kind of keep picking this scab until we have a breakthrough because I think because I think you're really close. I think you're really close, Kathleen, and I want to help you nail this. I want you to be like, yeah, that's it. Now we're gushing,
That is
right?
it.
This is
well,
it.
and I
Okay.
guess I had chosen confidence because that was the closest I could get, but
Okay. Well,
this is good.
yeah. Okay. So I'm your target audience. I'm an empty nester. Okay. When my daughter left, I was like, what am I going to do? What do I have? But I would not have paid someone to teach me confidence. That doesn't, that isn't quite, that is not specific enough. Now, if you had said, and maybe, if you had said, okay, kids going off to college, do this first, a transformation 12-week boot camp to help you through the sadness, through the what's next, and how to reorganize your life. Maybe even pick one of those things. How to reorganize your home after the kids leave. Okay. Or how to reinvent yourself, your identity with your wardrobe and your style. Okay, that's another thing. Or how to find a new passion, hobby, or career that you love after your kids leave. That's another thing. So those are three different things, and I think you can't do all of them well. I almost feel like if you picked one of those, and maybe you could have different courses or different op classes through, for that,
Yeah.
but one of those things makes you an expert. If you go really deep into one thing like that, my point is, I think your offering, your description is too vague. It's too much. It's self-analysis through color analysis. It's through the wardrobe. It's through the color analysis. It's through the home. It's too broad. Well, and this is just my opinion as a marketer. So please, please, you
Well,
can.
let me say something. Your process, the 12-week thing, is not too broad. Walking them through there, that's fine. What you say about it online is too broad. So I don't, maybe I'm mishearing that, and please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I don't think you need to change your methodology or your course or anything like that. I just think you need to be clearer um on the outcome at the end. So I'm writing down words like unravel, unwrap, feeling your age but not finding yourself, feel your age but find yourself. I'm looking up phrases that go with midlife and questioning and identity, empty nest syndrome, fear of aging, reevaluating yourself, feeling stuck, fresh start. I'm coming up with all this stuff. So while y'all are talking, that's what's resonating with me. So keep going. I'm sorry.
I actually do think that your course offering your 12-week, what you're doing is too broad. I actually do think there's too many topics covered in that. I mean, this is again my opinion, but I feel like are you an organizational coach or a stylist or a mindset coach? Like it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. And what gives you the credibility to teach all those things? So I feel like maybe I'd love to see you pick one thing that you love, the thing you love the most about helping women in their transformation, and going all in and becoming an expert on that one thing. You know what I mean? So and I want to just give you just a couple of quick examples if I can. And then
Okay.
I want to see if this sort of sparks an idea in you. Brooke, can I share my screen real quick? And just see if this resonates. And if not, we'll go back to how, if you love the courses is and you really want to stay in this lane, then exactly what Brooklyn's doing right now is going to be super helpful for you. Is like, okay, well, we got to figure out how we sell the transformation and stay with this exact product.
And one more thing before we move on, I also think that to Angelin's point, if you break the 12 weeks down into 3 courses,
Yep,
you
that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Yeah.
upsell. And now you've broken it down to organization. You've broken it down to the closet, to you've broken it down into 3 very distinct courses. It's
Yep.
a 3-part course, but you can just take one if you already got the other instead
Yeah.
of putting it in one big albatross kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Because maybe not everybody who's going through empty nest and needs that whole life transformation. You're going to be better off at picking a topic or a micro learning for many courses than one big. It's, I think you're thinking that there's more people out there who need all of it. And I think you'll do better if you get it kind of dial in smaller pieces. Let me show you a couple of examples. This, Jillian Turecki, and these are just a couple that were right off the top of my head. She is a love dating expert, relationship expert. And that is the only thing that she talks about and her tagline is something about getting over heartbreak. So she's very, very, very specific, 2.8 million followers. Okay. Very, very, very specific over getting over heartbreak and finding the right love. Okay. That's one example where she could have probably talked about all kinds of relationship advice, but she really focuses on getting over heartbreak. That one thing has made her a huge expert. This is a girl, color analysis queen. Let me
And when
find.
she, while she finds her really quick, something about when Angeline said, "What makes you the expert on these things?" Instead of being able to say, well, here's all the things that I know, and this is why I can teach this big thing, when you're marketing just the closet edit, for instance, you can say, I've done 40 closet edits or 400
Yes.
or whatever. It
Yes.
allows you to establish your expertise in that certain area. And even if you don't break down your course into 3 sections or 3 separate courses, your marketing should be broken down so you're not talking about the whole course in one post. You're talking about a portion of it.
Yeah, it's really good. Here's another one that I was interested. Do you know Tatum, Brooklyn? She lives
Uh,
down the street from you. Anyway, she's we
oh,
used
it looks familiar.
her name used to be Tatum Schwerin. Schwerin. Anyway, we used to sell jewelry together, but she's gone all in on this color analysis thing. She's not House of Color. I don't know what she is. She's now actually offering training on color analysis, and she's blown up on TikTok big time, but she's also on Instagram. But you can see how she's talking about one thing all the time, and all she does is social proof, social proof, social proof, where she educates and then she shows her clients getting this, getting it done. So I promise you, it's riveting. Like you can't help but sit there and watch it because you're like, I've got to understand, what is she? I've got to know. I've got to know now. And they're very short, but it's very, very effective. And because she has gone all in on this one thing, it has made her a lot of money. And people are lining up to now get color analysis by Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, yeah, go ahead.
Thinking about the sections of your class, if you promote the whole class, if the class stays as is, and you have the section about the well, not the section, but the week where it is about cleaning out your closet, maybe that's a couple of weeks. That's very timely right now. Spring, there's a new season. And so every quarter you could talk about a closet edit to turn over for fall, to turn over for spring, that kind of thing. So by niching down your topics, you can pair them with the seasons that make sense. Because, and I mean, like we all go through seasons. Like right now, in a I'm in a funk. I'm in a weird season, right? But metaphoric seasons, but actual seasons. So it just allows you to take that tiny topic or that closet edit. I'm just going to keep going with that one because that's what I know. But do the closet edit. Do your little mind map and think about the containers, the way that you fold, the reason you hang up your jeans a certain way, the hangers you use, the aesthetics in your closet, the light bulbs, the type of lighting that's important so you feel good. Color blocking. Do you hang your stuff by color or do you hang it by season? Do you hang it by the sleeve length? Do whatever. There's just so many things that you can, tiny, tiny topics that would be riveting. Everything you said about a closet edit, I'd be like, I need to order that on Amazon right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But I think the most important thing that you need to sell the transformation.
Mhm.
Sell the pain and the transformation. Like
How easy it is to grab things when it's in a clear bin, and how
right.
much freer you feel when that clutter is gone.
And again, if your target audience is midlife women whose kids are now gone and they're transferring, you've got to constantly be telling that story. When your
Mhm.
kids leave and you're trying to redo yourself, when you're working on your identity, when you're working on you're recreating yourself, and you need to be telling stories of women over and over and over, and then you need to be showing how the closets before and after have made a difference in that result. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of content that you can get into, and let's just say you went with just style, wardrobe, closet editing, color analysis. Let's just if we just narrowed it down to that, and you became a style wardrobe transformationist, you know, um, and forget the office cluttering and decluttering and the mindset and all of that, because just let's just say we took that off the table and we went all in on this stylist issue. You could still be speaking to the same women, but now you're going to go deeper in that topic and help them. And you'll probably spill over into moms that aren't empty nesters, but that want that style transformation, or women who are retiring and want that style transformation. But you're going to be finding people who want that transformation, not just the women who are now empty nesters. Does that make sense?
And
Yes.
something else is when let's say that you are um you know let's go back to the closet. Let's say you're talking about your jeans or whatever, and the hangers that you use. You can literally tell a story about how just changing out your hangers, or changing out the hangers for someone else or a client, but you can tell the story of your clients or a transformational story while you're literally sitting there refolding jeans, and they can watch you. You're on the end of your bed, standing there at the end of your bed, refolding your jeans, just giving it a zhuzh, and then you pick up your stack of jeans, you go into your closet and you put them on the little thing and you organize them, and the whole time you're talking to the camera about a story, and they're watching you organize, but you're telling a transformational story. You can do that because the 3-minute reels, Instagram wants you to do a face to camera. Instagram wants you to do a longer tutorial. Instagram wants that. It's giving you permission by giving that longer format. It wants you to do that, and it will reward you for it.
And if you are putting in the call to action on every post that you're, sharing these stories to, if you want the same kind of transformation, my 12-week course is now open, or opening when, or how, I don't, is it like an evergreen thing, or does it have a launch?
No launch, no.
No, okay, so it's
just
evergreen?
people could sign up at any time, and then their 12 weeks would be 12 weeks.
Right. Okay, so then you say, you always want to be calling back to, we teach this in this 12-week course. So you want to, always want to bring it back to what do you want them to do from here? Well, you want them to join the course. Are you saying that in almost every post? Okay, we're going to stop for a second. I want you to talk for a minute. Like, tell us how this feels, like what's going through your mind before we kind of, look at your profile itself.
It feels good. I have dialed in especially like the first 5 steps of it. So I feel really comfortable with that. The color analysis, which I don't meet people face to face, it's online. So
Right.
I walk them through how to find their own colors, and I've got a website and help. Then body type, personal style, that's what you want to wear, that's what you like, building a core wardrobe, and getting the closet organized. So I feel like that is really, I've funneled it in.
Okay.
Next things like getting organized in your mindset and your life, yeah, I know those too. And I could see where they could be separate, through 4-week programs or whatever it is. I could see that. And like I said before,
what is the price point on your 12-week course?
$12.50.
Okay.
Okay. I see this as 3 chunks: organization, mindset, and wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it starts with the wardrobe and then goes to the organization, then the mindset.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, because you want to start with the fun stuff, because once they have the wardrobe, now they're like, okay, I want to throw out all this crap. Is that the mindset?
Yes. You need to go through those steps first because if you start getting rid of stuff, well, did you get rid of things that were your color and keep the things that aren't actually best? So getting organized needs to come after. And I've had people say that even just knowing what colors look best on them, they feel so much better choosing what they're wearing, and they see it in their closet and, you know, that kind of thing. And that's kind of where the confidence
Quote.
comes in.
That needs to be a quote on a graphic of one of your clients smiling. Even just knowing my colors just rocked my world and made me feel more confident.
Yeah. And I think I have used that in posts. Um,
I like this. I'm writing all this down.
I mean, I almost feel like, okay, so just a thought, and then we'll stay with it as it is now. But what I want you to think about is if you broke it up into 3 different courses that were $4.50 a piece or something like that, $4.90, sold it in smaller chunks, but then maybe you could do a bundle for all 3 at a little bit of a discount,
yeah, yeah.
But that way somebody has choices right now, because if you might be eliminating people who go like, I don't need all that, and 12 weeks is a long time, and I don't know, and they might just, bail out. But if they really need the style portion, well, they can do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, and it gives you more funnels to talk about. Like you could have funnels that lead to just the style course. You can have funnels that lead to just the organization course, and then your like mindset workshop. So those can be like a little different formats even, or like a 1 day. So I don't know. I would encourage you to think about that. And then you can test to see which ones are getting the most tractions, what is the need out there. Again, you need to be selling the transformation and the pain more instead of just talking about what you do. I mean,
Okay.
like, you know what I mean? Like you need to be, and I know we talked about this not too long ago, but you know how instead of just saying, this is what I teach, I want you to be showing like excerpts or little mini portions of the course so that people can go, ooh, that was really good that she teaches in the course. I would like to learn more about that, or I would like to have that transformation for myself, or show them you teaching it, show them you giving that to someone else, not just telling people, hey, I do this. Actually show them you doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, the only way I can see to do that is recording myself, because I don't meet with people in person. So I can't record us together going through their closet or,
Well, but you can show part of the course itself.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for your color analysis, without giving away your website, of where you send them to go find the colors themselves, you can literally have a spring, an autumn, a winter, and a summer, slide and do a carousel and just do an example of this girl and put her next to each one of those and say, clearly she's a winter, or whatever, and here's why. So you can just kind of give that information and show them um, what they will get, but not how to get it,
Mhm.
you know. But anyways, this is really good for your content, and we're going to go through your content more. So you've probably got a lot of these things already. We just need to um, make sure that you're covering all the bases. And I think at the root of what we're getting to is you have a lot of bases to cover. There are so many bases to cover that it's almost like it dilutes your content, so that Instagram's like, wait a minute, where do I go with this? So
Okay.
you have to, at the very least, condense your content and repeat it more so that Instagram knows who to show you to. It's not that your content is bad, it's just you have so many bases to cover that it's hard for you to do that. It would be hard for anyone to do that. Um, and then we're not teaching Instagram what to do with you, so you're not getting found like you should be getting found. Okay.
Pain and transformation. That's the formula you need to be thinking on every post. Pain and transformation, because Instagram will recognize that okay, and who it's for. So use words like empty nesters or kids are gone or identity, and like she said, fresh start and reinvention and all that kind of stuff. When you use words like that, you're helping Instagram really find your people.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Okay, Kathleen. There we go. Kathleen Hargrove coaching. All right. So we're going to start at the top with your profile, which I think is very on target for spring. That's definitely a spring picture, so I don't have anything to say about that. If you were wearing a puffer jacket, I'd be like, it's time to change that, but it's perfect. Passion and confidence coach for midlife women. I would remove the word passion because we've not said that word one time, and we've been on the call for several minutes now. So, uh, tell me your thought behind adding passion in there.
I was trying probably to get to convey the transformation.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
And I actually did this while I was watching your other glow up call, and I I reworked my bio based on that.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I think passion is trying to get that transformation, like trying to get the words and ideas of like, you can be a different person. I can help you be whatever you want to be or something else, or
Yeah.
figure out, yeah, I guess like figure out your identity crisis, or get past your identity crisis, that kind of thing.
Okay, so maybe we should go to chat and
What
work.
is the elevate me? What is that? Does that belong to, I mean, is that your hashtag that you use all the time?
So my program is called, I've used Elevate, Elevate Me, Elevate Myself, and Elevate DIY or something like that. To like better yourself, transform. Yeah, like.
Right. So it's a search word that you think that people are searching for.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't, I don't know if that's accurate, because I don't know that I would search for, how do I elevate? I don't know.
Okay. So just
Boost
I'm
is one that comes up all, like I've done so many word searches, boost your confidence, skyrocket your confidence, elevate your confidence. Those are all things that I've like searched, like worked on.
Okay. I just keep coming back to, is confident, I mean, are you a confidence coach or a transformation coach?
Well,
I mean, would you pay someone money to help? Would you pay someone to have them help you get more confidence? Or or is the confidence the result of them learning how to style themselves, how to look better and feel better in their clothes? Confidence is a result of you teaching them this thing they need to know.
what
Right?
if what if it was just something simple like figure out your personal brand?
Or how, this is what keeps, okay, y'all let's talk this out. I watched this thing on TikTok the other day, and it was this woman who said, she was thanking the creator. Okay, so this was a UGC. She was not paid. She just was thanking this woman who said, "Thank you, so and so, for teaching me how to do makeup in my 50s. You've taught me a lot of new tricks. And I would, thank you." And so now, of course, I went to that woman. I'm like, tell me, and she did a lot of posts about how if you're doing your makeup just like you did in your 20s, because we all are, right? We haven't really changed. But I was riveted. I started watching all her content, and she was nailing it. She was like, in midlife, you need to do this, not this. And da 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 da. All her content was about makeup in your 50s. And I was like, this is brilliant, right? What if you really talked about style? So really your whole thing is transforming your style to make you feel more confident in midlife, right? So what if your transformation is stop dressing like you did in your 20s and let's figure out your new style as a midlife confident badass woman who's ready to go into her
With,
next chapter.
yeah, with your wisdom and, you know, yeah, I don't know what that word is. I'm really bad at that part, but I see it. And I did I don't know if I saw that reel, but I discovered that I'm doing my not now, but I'm doing my eye makeup all wrong. And it's
Yeah.
making my eyes look droopy. And it's supposed to be like opening.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I didn't even know I needed white eyeliner.
So
But apparently that's a
that is
thing.
my point, Kathleen. That is exactly a great example of like if you were going
Concrete.
concrete things that so let's go it's kind of I think you have a lot of expertise in the style realm. You are an expert in that. I think you are the audience for that. Like you a girl, I think you should go all in on that. I really do. And I think you should be like how to help midlife women transform those styles. Are you still dressing like you did in your 20s? Are you having trouble figuring out how to dress? What appropriate is there appropriate dress for women in their or is it just you figuring out what you love and what's your body type and all this kind of stuff? I think that is the story, right? It's part of it is yes, when your kids leave and you're kind of like, what do I get to do next? That's part of the story, but the whole thing is, yes, in your midlife, in your 40s and 50s, you get to reinvent yourself and you get to look like a badass woman and you don't have to dress like you did in your 20s and you don't have to dress like your mom. Like, doesn't that feel a little bit more concrete and like something that you're still teaching the same things. So it doesn't change your content. It's now just changing the messaging around it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just looked up how find yourself in your 40s. Find yourself in your 40s means taking a period of self-reflection to reevaluate your life goals, priorities, and passions. That word came up. Potentially leading to significant changes in lifestyle while embracing your experiences and strengths gained over time, often with a focus on personal growth and fulfillment. Um, I don't know if any of that resonates with what you do, does it?
Um, I mean, it all sounds, yeah, kind of.
Esoteric though. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we got to
Yeah.
get more specific, right? Like that's the whole thing is that we've got to the whole point is we got to get people to buy. Got to get people to buy. So what do they want to buy? I think that's the question. What do you want to sell? What do they want to buy? Um, okay. So yeah,
Okay.
I think we do need, are you working on a bio? You
Yep,
need,
I'm trying to. It's hard because I'm listening and
I
have
know.
words in my mind. So y'all keep talking. And why don't you I guess I need to share my screen. Okay, I'll go back to this while I'm sharing my screen. Um let's go back. Sorry. Okay.
We can work on the bio together. I mean, I totally understand,
Yeah,
it's tricky.
hard to do by yourself.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
so I'm gonna copy and paste this, and then I'm gonna go back to chat, and we're gonna put that in there. And let's talk about um here's my current Instagram IG profile. Gosh, I need to be a little bit more precise and concrete with what I do and who I do and do it for. Okay. Can you give me start talking so I can
Who start
Um,
talking?
so,
Us?
well, yeah. So basically let's focus on the style.
Mhm.
So I help women find their style, their wardrobe style, personal brand style. So that they don't feel like they're dressing like they did when they were in their 20s or look like their mom. What else would you add to that, Kathleen?
Them
Um,
learn to dress for their life now, not the life of the past or a younger age. I don't know. Okay, keep
And
going.
how to look beautiful and confident.
And live life with abundant in or in anything they choose to do. Okay. Give me some more things. Oh, I teach a 12-week private one-on-one coaching experience during which I help women through 3 key areas of their life: mindset, wardrobe, and organization. Clutter, closet clutter. Okay. Please write a new bio. Okay, let's see what that did. Here's a refined, more precise version of your IG bio that clearly communicates who you help and how. Helping midlife women rediscover their style and confidence. I love the rediscover. That's style and confidence. That's 2 things that you already do. One-on-one coaching, mindset, wardrobe, and closet organization. That's clear. Dress for the life you have now. Feel confident at any age. Yes. Speaker and founder of Bloom Community, Elevate Me. Do you
Or
like?
is speaker, founder of Bloom Community, Elevate Me more important than your course? Or would you want to put your course there?
um,
I mean, it's just another thought. Like you could
yeah.
put because it starts with one-on-one coaching, but you could take that part out and add in about the course. What's the name of your course?
Elevate Me.
Okay.
Okay. And instead, use that line for my CTA register today. And however, I want the call to action to be benefit forward and entice my followers to want to sign up because of the information they from taking from completing course. Ready to look and feel amazing every day. Enroll and Elevate Me and transform your style and confidence. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's cute. Is that bio 150 characters or less? Okay. Oh, good. It redid it. Thank you. Okay, there you go. I'm going to copy and paste this for you.
Okay.
I'm going to send this to you in an email right this second. So you can copy, paste, and put it in there before we even hang up. So it's hello. There it is right there. Bio. Wow, that's a good bio. I like it. That is really cute. Okay. All right. So
It
we're done with,
definitely is a little bit more clear, which I like.
yes, yes. Now your link tree, let's look at that really quick. Um, okay, so I don't think you need your Facebook profile on there. And for your link tree here, let's click on that. Oh, that's good. I like that. That's really clear. There's a lot of links here, so I'm going to read through them. Kathleen Hargrove coaching website. If I were you, what is the one? Elevate.
That's a self-paced workbook that somebody could.
Okay, I would take that off because if you're wanting if all of your marketing is going to drive traffic to this one-on-one 12-week coaching program, then that needs to be your top link and you don't want to have any other things like, oh, well, I'll just buy the workbook.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? You want
Yeah.
to drive, so that's take that off for sure. The workbook comes with the course though, right?
Well, I do have a separate where you can just purchase it and go through it yourself. I can remove that. I could just leave it on and not mention it, where they could, if they, went and were like, I don't know. Oh, but I'll do this by myself, right?
Okay, so I'm looking at all these other than the discovery call, which I even think we might want to take that off. But what I would do here is I would link everyone to your 12-week because you have this coaching. What is this? Is this the 12-week?
Yes, that's the 12-week.
Okay. Well, you have mentioned it as 12-week, not
Yeah.
90 days, and you
Yeah.
call it Elevate Me. So that needs to be Elevate Me 12-week program or whatever.
Not private coaching, but that's even spelled wrong. But that's because that sounds like one-on-one, right? So you
Yeah.
don't want.
It's just it's okay. Free elements style webinar.
That's
Um,
passed.
that's your
Yeah.
funnel. That's your funnel, right? That's where you get them in there and then you sell them.
Well, yeah, so yes, exactly. But that one clearly is passed. That was on
Yeah.
10/16, so this
Yeah,
has dated.
totally fine. But if you do a webinar every, like, let's say Thursday, like Angela and I are going to start doing a webinar, the same day every week or whenever, but it's going to be the same day and same time. That way you never have to worry about it going out of date.
Oh, so you say free webinar Thursday or whatever,
Exactly.
Thursday afternoon,
Right.
and that way you never have to change it.
Right, right. But whatever it is here, I would highly recommend that you can even just go to your Instagram. And if you go over here, let me show you. Hold on one second. I'll show you. So, Eugene, I'm going to show you her link tree really quick. We don't have an external link tree. And one of the reasons why for Eugenia specifically is because Instagram can only track the links that are inside of Instagram. So, Instagram can track that your link tree was clicked, but not, what if they clicked multiple links in your link tree? Now it hasn't tracked that. So, follow and shop my LTK. That's actually, that's always her top one. Work with me is her second, and then her Patreon is third. This right here, we probably need to take off because it's also it's out of date. We don't do fall anymore. So you can reorder these depending on which one you're pushing. And the top one is the one that shows right here.
Okay.
So when you reorder them, the top one is the one that appears in your profile. So when you
Oh,
click,
but that's if you do it through Instagram.
yes, yes. So yours, you would have the link here and say register for my 12-week program or whatever.
Here's a thought, Kathleen. You could do links. You could do it on Instagram. You could have your top one as your 12-week course. And then you could have whatever else you want to say, like it's your second most, maybe your website or something. And then you could have other links, your link tree on that third option. But at least your top two, and you could repeat them inside your link tree. But at least now your top two things where you want people to go are directly in Instagram.
And that is in the profile, I can add 2 or 3 links.
You can add, I don't know. I think what's the limit there? Do you know? 5? 5. Okay.
I'm going to
So
show
you
you.
used to only be able to do the one link.
That's right. That's
okay.
right.
And that's why Linktree became a thing.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show you really quick.
Like our link tree goes back to our website, so we can track it on our website, which is helpful. But anyway, it's all good.
So let me get out of here, discard, go over here. I'm going to go to, okay, so I'm going to go to edit the profile, and then I'm going to go down to links. See those 3 dots right there? When you click those 3 dots, and you click reorder links, now I can hold this down and move it so that you can always make sure that whatever you're pushing is your top link.
Okay.
So if that helps. And then obviously I'm going to remove this link now, but it's easy, but you can always have 5.
Okay.
If you can get it to 5, you don't even need to use your link tree.
Right.
Right.
And then what I was, you know where to find this, but just in case you don't, you go to your views and then you scroll down to the bottom, and that's where you can see how many link clicks you have.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing.
Okay, so
that's her profile.
let's talk about some takeaways. First of all, I'd like to hear what you think. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna go to takeaways now.
I mean, is there anything we missed?
No, we can skip the highlights because you had said, to hold off on that. And I know when I first started, I wanted to go with a softer palette, and that's why it's the pink and green, but I didn't love it. My other business was blue and pink, so I think my first step there is to get with Curie or somebody and do some branding and like decide on that.
Yep.
That also will help me in my posts because I try to stay with the same font and colors. If it's done in Planoly, it's a little different than if it's done in Instagram and Canva, so there's a little bit but I try to stay with the same, but
I do think you have too many highlights there. Again, let's narrow down just a little bit. Just a thought.
Oh, yes. So if I niche down some, then I can narrow down the highlights too.
Yeah, and one of your highlights needs to be your course. The 12-week course, so that anytime you're in your stories talking about it, you can have a direct link to it. And that way, when you go to that one course or that one highlight, every single reel is a link back to the course.
What if your highlights were your products that you're selling and your transformation stories? Instead of organization, decorating, color analysis, body, instead of that, what if you were talking about your products and your social proof?
Yeah. I love this shirt, by the way. That's so cute. Okay. So we've talked about your content, like what you should be posting, but we haven't actually gone into your top 9 posts that you have.
Let's look at that.
So let me make this smaller. I'm going to see if I can't, so that we can see all 9 of them at one time. So this is your 9-box billboard. That's usually as far as most people get when they come to your profile. So what we're going to look at right now is the EIEIO, consistency, messaging, but do these 9. If someone only saw these 9 posts, would it tell them exactly who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and how they can work with you? And then we'll help you with whatever is missing. So we're going to start here. Just look at this. Okay, that is so cute, so simple. And I've seen a lot of your reels like this, which is it's just riveting because you're just watching you and makes me
Yeah.
decorate for
Yep. The
great.
messaging is great. Great. But there's no call to action. That's the
Here's
only thing I would mention, right?
Yep. And the other thing I would mention is um maybe shortening reels like this ever so slightly, and only because it gets more views. It that's it. But I mean, I think it's perfect. That's being nitpicky. But let me read this really quick. Self-love isn't selfish, it's essential. When you really care for yourself, you show up for others with a full heart and a healthy perspective. Confidence and self acceptance ripple outward, positively affecting all relationships, personal and professional. Midlife is the perfect time to reconnect with yourself. You have wisdom, resilience, and life experience. Now is the moment to prioritize your needs and celebrate who you become. Right? Call to action. Join my 12. You can go back and edit that. How about that?
Sure.
But that is on message, but I would say also tie the whole self-love or taking time for yourself and say in week 6 we talk about ways to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Refer back to that. Okay. Go to this one. Personal. I think that's perfectly fine and really cute. Do you have any?
No, it's great. I
I
think
always get tons of likes when I post her, so.
Mhm.
But
Right.
when you post her, it opens the door for your reach, right? And your engagement so that the next post that you post gets more love.
Uh-huh.
Dog in this one, so I'm assuming this one did well too. Do you feel insecure and worried about what other people think about you? Check out what my clients have to say. I feel a change in my confidence. I feel more confident now that I know my personal style. My confidence has changed, and now I'm making more connections, getting more referrals, and business is up. That's great. My clients report back that within just a few sessions, they already feel more confident when choosing what to wear. Okay. My feedback on this would to be to make that into a carousel. Your hook is this.
Hmm.
Do you feel insecure and worried about what other people think? And then your other slides would be midlife women.
Okay,
Check out what my clients
Yeah,
had
you
to say.
can repurpose it.
I will. I'll make a carousel and we can see how that goes
Yep.
Mhm.
from today's
And
lesson.
then with more of a call to action.
Mhm. And you can talk about your confidence in how other people view you or perceive you, and how you talk about that in week 4 of your course or whatever. Always tie it back to one of the lessons in your course.
Okay.
Here are 5 things I wouldn't do if I were a midlife woman looking for more charisma and confidence in my life. Again, carousel with wiggly words. Repurpose this. So good. I like that you upvoted number 5, so they have to read to number 5. That's
Good.
perfect.
That's one of the tips. Yep.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Your
Yep.
carousel should start with 5 things I wouldn't do as a midlife woman. And I would leave off the looking for part
Okay.
and maybe put that on slide 2 or something.
Or you could always say, if you're a midlife woman, don't do this, just to change it up a little bit.
Mhm.
And that way it's the same content, but just worded a little differently.
And this
Don't
is a
do
really
this and then still say number 5 will surprise you so that they swipe all the way through to 5.
Mhm.
You could, or you could say read till the end, or don't miss the last one, or something like that. If you wanted to like not do it as a number list, just to make it different.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean,
Also,
we'll read through the carousels. So
the picture of you is super cute, so I like that you did that again with the still image. Make it a video like the making of the coffee. That was perfect. But also for this one, you could just be like, and just kind of like do like a funny, not a funny face, but like you're like, just
For the photos, for the next photos?
Like if you were making
The
B-roll.
For the cover of your carousel,
Oh, okay.
a picture that's more like,
Oh, okay. Yes.
something that's more in line with your facial expressions with what you're saying.
Okay.
Because it's
Yes.
a visual hook, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, on brand, on message, tie it back to your course, repackage that as a carousel and see how that works. Um, oh, this was cute. I saw this one. Yeah, see, this is so much more riveting because you're moving. It's not a still image. I like that. So cute. Need help going from insecure into confident, and that right there is a visual hook too.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
self-love, you're talking about self-love again. Do one small thing that brings you joy. Instead of saying do one small thing, oh no, sorry, you went on to do that. Um, Here are 3 small things you can do. Like,
Pick one of these.
yeah, something like that.
And
Okay.
again, just more like I think the theme is we're just not seeing any call to action back to your course, which is what you're
Okay.
selling. So
Yeah.
you can buy all of these. You could all of the ones we looked at, except for the Lily post, could go back to your course.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single one. And being direct like that, sometimes I show up to our Monday meetings and I tell Angelina to just tell me what to do. Just give me a list. What's your list? What are we doing this week? People just want to just
Be told.
what I need. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is good. Making this bigger so I can read it.
Oh,
So
thank you, because I couldn't read it either.
yeah, there you go. When Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, wants to become a different persona, the very first thing she does is changes her outfit. Yes, so good. If you want to boost your charisma and confidence, I recommend the first thing you do is elevate your personal style. My belief is that when you look good, you feel good. So let's get you looking your very best so you can feel your very best. Don't know how to elevate your personal style? I have a simple 12-week coaching. Okay, that is a offer post and it's really good because it's paired with something that's visually eye appealing and then it has the clear call to action. One other way that you could say this is literally wear your sweats and stand and then wear like your cute outfit and with your purse on your thing and have that side by side and do the same message but with an image of you standing side by side in like your sleepy clothes or whatever and
Mhm.
your hair up in a little tiny pony and then but you can still say when Diana Prince aka Wonder Woman wants to become a different persona, the very first thing she does is changes her outfit and then but you don't have to have Wonder Woman in your image, it can be you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm also seeing this whole idea of like a power outfit because right now the trend really on Instagram is what I do, not what you should do, what I've done to learn this or it's like people want to read personal stories a little bit. They want more stories. So you could say, want to see what my power outfit, the things that make me feel really great, and show yourself in maybe 3 outfits, like a real, like where you're boom, 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 that you feel super great in, that you love, and you explain why. And you're like, do you have power outfits? Do you have things in your closet that make you feel really good? If you don't, you need to take this because you need to have a wardrobe of power outfits. I mean, Brooklyn's a perfect example. She's gone through this massive transformation in her wardrobe and she's got all these things that make her feel so good now. So, yeah, you need to tell those stories.
Okay.
Okay, we're almost done here. You're doing good. And most everything can just go back and you can just edit it and add the call to action. And
And
then
repurpose some
flip
of
it.
it. Mhm.
Gosh, yes. Okay, remember the way you dress is about more than appearances. It's a reflection of your confidence and self-worth. When you align your personal style with who you truly are, you'll step out each day feeling confident and empowered. Like this post if you agree. Yeah. Okay, I need to like
It's good. Okay, it's good. Here's what I'll say. I feel like it's very generic. So I think
Mhm.
you could get better in that copy and it's I think you can do better if you get a little bit more specific. Again, transformation pain point. You know,
Yeah.
if you can really be telling the stories of you could have had the same thing that you're like, I just heard this woman say to me, blah, 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 blah. And then you tell this little story. You know, that kind of thing is going to be better more than, do you feel self-confident? You know what I mean? Like, don't fluffy, but get more nitty gritty. And you know who's great at that? Brooklyn. And if you can just use some of the way, use the way she writes her content for our next chapter social as a great example. She tells a lot of stories. She gets into like these examples that is it's very inspirational. And if you can pull some of that into your content, you'll nail it instead of being fluffy and generic.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. I think that maybe the thing that popped in my mind for this was if you're still sitting on your couch with if you still haven't put if it's 3 o'clock and you still haven't put your bra on, then this post is for you.
Yeah, that kind of thing is more than your personal style is more than your print. Like that's a little more riveting and hook. Like again, and also speak to your audience. So what did we watch Wonder Woman when we were growing up? Hell yes, we did. What else did we watch? If you watch this and listen to this music and you have Journey in the background, you know, then you're my girl. Then you probably need a style update. You know what I mean? That kind of
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, Molly Ringwald in Pretty in Pink. You're
Yeah,
in
just
pink. You're very that if you can find a clip of her ripping up that thing and making her dress and how it made her feel,
oh, I
that's
just had
really
an example. You know, here's a funny one, Kathleen. Something like, you know, those dumb ass Peter Pan collars that are coming back in style, that, you know, those big bib collars that we wore, you know, back when we were 15. You could do some kind of like we're seeing them everywhere now. Like the girls are talking about, oh, this is so cute and trendy. You're like, oh my God. You know, like, if you had a post about that, like if you wore this already once in your life, this is not for you. You know,
Uh-huh.
like those kinds of things. So again, if you start calling it out like that, where women are going to identify that you're my girl, that's where you're going to start building relationships more than fluffy posts like this.
Yeah.
ooh, midlife. Yeah, so just start banking midlife references or sorry, what would you call that, Angelin? References to the 70s and
And
80s?
I would say Gen X references, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's
I
so
mean,
good.
female Gen X, what are things that we can reference?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, last night dinner, my boyfriend and I were talking about like remember that thing on the playground that merry-go-round that like you could kill somebody on while swimming around. You know, like we were living all these things from our childhood. We're like how dangerous they were. And we were laughing, and that was a moment where we were like, remember when? Like those kinds of things are super powerful hooks
Mhm.
back into the psyche of your woman.
Yeah. And the fact that your daughter, her age, a lot of people our age have kids that age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Relatable. So tie in her age, and it's crazy to look at her graduated from college or in college or whatever, and just think about her with fat cheeks and changing her diaper. It feels like yesterday. Other people were like, yes,
Yes.
yes, me too.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
good.
All right. Okay, so two more, and we're going to give you some what's working, what's not working recommendations. The one thing I would not do is skip figuring out my best colors. Okay. The one thing I would not do if I'm trying to elevate my personal style. Okay.
Good. Yep.
It's good. We all fall into one of four. And again, the I like the picture. I would like it better if it was uh you like literally sitting down in the stands and putting your purse, and just movement, whatever the hell you were doing and where you ever you were, just movement. That's it. But I do like that.
There's no call to action there either.
Mm.
And they don't, so there, you know, you're talking about color analysis. Like, do they call you for that? Like, how do you offer color analysis? You need to tell them how they, you know, where do you offer that? It's inside my course, you know?
Okay.
Step one. It's the first thing that we do. Sign
Uh-huh.
up and you can have this tomorrow. Uh, okay. Calling all midlife friends if you've been feeling weighed down by the clutter. Whether it's your home, mind, or wardrobe, it's time to refresh and reset. Join my 4-week declutter challenge. Okay. March 3rd, and let's clear out what no longer serves you, making space for more clarity, confidence, and joy. What you get when you sign up. Okay, so you this right here reminds me of something that Angela and I struggle with all the time. We have a lot of things to promote, right? So the refresh challenge and your 12-week course can feel disjointed. Does this challenge though lead to joining your 12-week coaching?
Not exactly now. I mean, it is supposed to introduce me to people or people to me, doing a free declutter challenge. So I think that's my thought behind it.
Okay. Well, one thing I'll say is the better way to deliver this information, because when I look at that, I don't know where to start because there's a lot. So let's spring into action and declutter. I feel like there's too many words on your graphic, and people are usually on Instagram on their phone, so they're not going to be able to scan that QR code.
Right.
What I would recommend for you is to take the same kind of content and make it a 3 to 4, 3 to 5 story frames. So calling all calling all midlife friends, and you literally say that in your story, and then an arrow pointing to the next. If you and then you say, if you've been feeling weighed down by clutter, whether it's your home, mind, or wardrobe, it's time to refresh and reset. Another arrow. Join my free 4-week declutter challenge. Click the link below. And then free challenge would be a highlight, and you can highlight all those stories so that it lives in your highlights. And then every day you can talk about joining the challenge with a link right there across your face. So it's like click, you know what I mean? To deliver this content in stories more, because the people that are already following you are watching your stories. So
Right.
they're more
Which I
material.
did. I shared it to stories and I added a link.
Oh, good, good, good.
Um,
Well, keep doing that,
yeah.
but do a series of stories that walk them to it.
Okay.
Say, um, 4-week challenge starts March 3rd. Here's what we'll do. And then number one, you'll put number one, weekly emails with simple actionable steps. Number two, and then a little arrow. Number two, support and motivation to keep you on track. Arrow. Number three, exclusive bonuses, decluttering flowchart, product recommendations, and more. And then link. Join the free 4-week challenge.
And then have a highlight that is challenges, challenge, and it just can live for the month of March, and then it could also be.
We have one. Let me show you. Hold on. That says free. See?
Yeah.
And I don't know if this challenge is free or not. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yes.
But all of our free resources are inside of here. Sign up for our free. So when people see free, it purposely looks different than our other ones,
Uh-huh.
but it's still, excuse me, black and white. So anyways, this is where
Okay.
it's free. Just a thought. But going back to yours, we are done with that, but it's clear what you're missing. Call to action, uh, a little bit more story, and there in all these instances, testing out a different delivery method might get you more traction. And now you've got an A/B test. Moving pictures, or video, moving pictures. What is this, 1924? Um,
The talkies.
yes,
Yes, the talkies.
more moving pictures, Kathleen. Okay.
Um, and niching down a little bit, like
Yeah, niching down and
Niching
speaking more to your audience.
at least the message. At the
Main
very
point
least, the message.
transformation. Yep.
Yeah.
And adding, okay, so these are recommendations. Adding in Gen X references,
Uh-huh.
tying your family into the stage of life that you're in. You know, Angelin, me, you, we all have college age kids and beyond. All of our kids are about to, my kids graduated, hers is about to graduate, yours is graduating. You
And
know,
so when you do those personal posts like that, do I want to tie it into my typical message or just leave that as like, this was a post to celebrate her and be done?
celebrate her, but also tie a little bit into it's crazy to think how much she's accomplished when she was just a little girl just yesterday.
Yeah.
Something
Proud
about
mom.
a
You know.
proud mom thing. Yeah. But that's very relatable for the age group that you're targeting
Yeah. Okay.
because you are your target audience.
Yes. Yeah.
So your recommendations, Gen X references, call to action, tying all of your bits and pieces that you're talking about, which you did really well with the tiny topics, meaning talking about self-love, and that is one portion of your course. Talking about your color analysis, and that is one part of your course. And decluttering, that is one part of your course. Take all 12 weeks and reduce them down to a single topic, and then you can find all your content from whatever those topics are, but always tie it back to this is what we talk about in week 4 of the class. Change the order of your links, maybe take your link tree off altogether and just put 5 in your Instagram so you can track in Instagram like, wow, she's getting a lot of link clicks. Create a highlight. Your bio's already done. That's good. I can't wait to see that. Do you have anything else?
I think you covered it. Do you have any other questions or how do you feel? I want to hear your thoughts.
That feels good. And I feel like having gone through those last 9, I mean, I feel like I do feel like I've gotten there. I've also, I think I've mentioned it in our group before. I have a better system for creating my content. I'm using ChatGPT, and I do go in and I wouldn't say that. I need to change that. That's weird, and I don't just like copy and paste, but it allows me to create a blog post for emails, and then I take those emails, and those are what I like create my Instagram posts on. So it's more concise, whereas it used to be like, oh, I've got to create a post today. I could do it
Yeah,
on
good.
this. It could be on this, that
Yeah,
it was
good.
like throwing darts almost.
Yeah.
I do feel like I have a better system for it. And I think I can like, nail it down or funnel it down with the information from today.
Yeah, if you is your class a PDF? Is that workbook, that PDF?
Yeah. Yep.
You can upload that into chat and you can say, I want to advertise, I want to market to this audience, this course. Here's the PDF workbook. Here's the PDF of the slide deck. Give me a 4-week plan on what to talk about every day so that I can market this course. And then it will tell you a 4-week plan based on the topics from the slide deck and the workbook.
Okay.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we put you in the dryer and put it on,
Hi.
high. And we're like, so please don't. We love you and we
We
just
do.
want you to kill it. And I think you're just right there because I see you niching down your audience. I see that. Just need a little bit further and be more direct.
More direct. Okay. And
Direct.
stories, like stories in video and stories in captions and stories like
What I learned, how I became, how I did this, or how did she do this? Like those kinds of things. Yeah.
What I would wear to a lunch date or a client meeting to feel confident.
Yeah.
Something very direct, simple. Don't overthink it. I'm queen of that. Angelin is too. So we're all good high dollar overthinkers here.
There we
Okay. All right. Anyways, well, I hope that that was great, and we can't wait to see you on the next call and in the group, and obviously in dots and everything. But thank you for letting us
Well, thank you.
tumble you dry.
I feel. All right, I'm gonna
All
go
right.
get chapstick now since I'm so dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, friend.
Talk
Bye.
to you later. Bye.